Verified Matt in the building and news Matt in the building. What's good, y'all? Hope you having a blessed day. Yes, that's right. We finally get that check mark by our name, but that's besides the point. You know why we're here, or you're about to know. We gotta get all into it. So if you love basketball content or stuff like this, what are you doing? Join the family. Hit that subscribe button and leave a like for more. And let's get into this video. The new ESPN Rankings just came out as to when I'm speaking, and they dropped Mikey Williams and Bronny James. And oh yeah, by the way, I'm talking about the class of 2023, and at number one, it's been the player who's been there for almost, 2 years now? We got DJ Wagner. DJ's the ultimate fan favorite. Nobody's gonna disagree with him being at number one, and he'll probably be there until he goes to college or the NBA. I believe in the most recent ESPN ranking that came out before this, they did have Mikey at 3, but I know for sure they didn't have him lower than 4 or 5. But however, in the newest one that's just been released, they have dropped him down all the way to number 8. I think most of you know this by now, but I rock with Mikey, and it's not necessarily that I really like him or anything like that, but I respect greatness. I think he's a great player, and I think a lot of people hate on him just because it's popular too. I also don't believe he has as many haters as it seems to be, because most of those people hating on him are asking for pictures after games. Even though I do take up for Mikey sometimes, I'm always going to be real with you guys, and I'm not going to sugarcoat things. I don't care even if I do like him. With him falling to number 8, I think most of you thought I was going to come up here and say that's disrespectful and blah 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 blah. However, I don't really have a problem with it, and here's why. As long as he's in the top 10, I'm not going to say too much, because I think he's a top 10 player and he's nothing lower than that. So when you're talking about a player dropping a couple of spots, I personally don't think it's that big of a deal. We'd be having a completely different conversation if he dropped from number 3 to 15 or 20. If you do like Mikey, I wouldn't freak out too much because, like I said, he only dropped a couple of spots. I do think it is an interesting topic, and I do think the people that make these rankings are starting to pay attention. What's going on with the people who make these rankings and all of the rankings, it's very clear and evident. They're getting what I like to call player fatigue, and they're also giving in to what people are saying. Ever since he's came onto the basketball scene, nobody's agreed with Mikey being ranked where he's at, and a lot of people think he's overrated. So these voters and ESPN analysts, whatever you want to call them, when they do their evaluations on these players and they go to Mikey's games, they keep that in the back of their mind. Therefore, when they're going to watch Mikey play, they're trying to tell themselves a reason as to why he shouldn't be ranked that high. They're trying to convince themselves that Mikey isn't as great as they think they are just because other people don't agree with them. And to go along with that, Mikey didn't have the greatest of seasons last year, so that's why they can validate and say that's why they dropped him. If I'm being 100% completely honest, I think the people that talk about Mikey and make these rankings, they overthink it way too much and overcomplicate it. The Mikey conversation is not as complicated as some people try to make it out to seem. He's a great basketball player, and that's all there is to it. You can say he's overrated, but even with that being said, you can still agree that he's great at basketball. Where things are going to start to get really interesting is that for the past 2 to 3 years, all people have said is, oh, Mikey Williams, that kid, he's way overrated. But now going forward, the conversation may just be that Mikey Williams, he's underrated. Think about that. I think having him at number 8, that's underrated. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Moving on to the next star player in this video, you know we gotta talk about him. We got Bronny James. Before we talk about Bronny, I do gotta throw this in there. I did notice that George Washington is ranked 38th. Hey man, George out here representing. I thought that was crazy. Mr. LeBron James Jr. has dropped all the way down to 41, and you know how I feel about this. If not, I'll just give a brief run through. We haven't seen Bronny even play a complete season of high school basketball yet. In 9th grade, he was a bench player, a 6th man, and he didn't play that much, and he only averaged 5 points per game. And this year, he only played in 3 to 4 games? Here's the thing, even if you are a Bronny fan, you can't validate him being ranked higher than 41. But what you can do is you can argue that he shouldn't even be ranked at all, if I'm being honest. He hasn't proven a single thing, and if he wasn't LeBron's son, he wouldn't even be ranked, and that's not a hot topic, that's just facts. I said hot topic, I mean a hot take. What am I talking about? I think in the long run, he does have the potential to be a top 5 player in his class, but he could also fall to maybe being unranked. He has a very high potential and a very high ceiling, but he hasn't tapped into it just yet. I think next year will really tell us a lot about Bronny as long as he's healthy and we can reevaluate him a little more. I also did notice that Mikey's teammate Trey Green is coming in new at the rankings, as far as I know, at number 54. Not too much more to say. I'm sure if Mikey will respond to this, because around the same time last year, you know, he called out DJ Wagner and that entire mess went on, and it was very entertaining. So if something like that happens again, you already know your boy Matt's gonna be all over it. For everyone that did make this list, you know, much love, much respect. Keep grinding out there, and congratulations on making the list, because it's a very prestigious honor, because there's only 60 players on it. Let me know what you think about this in the comments down below. But with all that being said, that's gonna wrap up this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys learned something. If you're new to the channel, what are you doing? Join the family, hit that subscribe button, and leave a like for more. And as always, let's be great. I'm out, yeah. Peace.